Hi, so it's Tanya here from Cannon & Co Sales and Lettings. I'm back with Emma to discuss all things mortgages. So as we explained before, we're going to try and release these every week. Last week, the weeks just fly, don't they? And I think there's been lots going on. As we know, I catch up with Emma each week. So I think it's useful. So what have you been? I know there's a lot going on at the moment, and a lot of things. So, let's just talk about your week, Emma, and what have you kind of been doing and going through? What's kind of common theme at the minute?
Massively remortgages and product switches at the moment. Still a couple of first-time buyers and next-time buyers, but mainly product switches. And I think it's worth noting that I saw a post on a group on Facebook last night where a lady put that her current fixed rate with her mortgage lender ends in 6 months' time, and she was dreading what rates will be at that time. So it's just worth noting that depending what lender you're with, you can apply for a product switch rate, which your mortgage broker can do for you, between 3 and 6 months before you need to, your current rate ends. So don't wait.
Yeah. So, for people that don't know, so what is a product switch if it's their first time or kind of not sure what a product switch is?
Yeah, so a product switch is basically you remain with your current lender. All the terms of your current mortgage usually remain the same. So whether you're on repayment mortgage, the term remaining, 25 years, etc. So you are literally applying for a new product with your current lender. Now, the good thing about this is product switches are not underwritten. So there's no check on affordability. We don't need any pay slips or bank statements. So if people are worried about affordability, prices, costs have gone up and they're worried whether they'll pass affordability checks for a mortgage, product switch doesn't ask for any of that. And so it's different to remortgaging, where obviously you're moving lenders and they will reassess affordability and underwrite it. Product switch literally does what it says on the tin. It switches your product. And depending on your lender, you can do it up to 6 months in advance.
And I know we've been working on that with my buy to let as well, haven't we? So it is really as simple as signing a bit of forms, looking at kind of which product I want to switch to, because there's kind of different length terms, different kind of charges, different things, isn't there? But it really is a case of just signing the forms. So it's quite interesting, and I think definitely for those of you go and have a look, and if they're not sure. And then just before we popped on, we talked about an article, didn't we, that you'd seen about the average kind of mortgage rate. So let's talk a bit about that.
Yeah, I keep seeing this average 2-year fixed is now above 6% being bandied about in the media at the moment. I'm not sure how they're working out those averages, because obviously, depending on your loan to value, which is how much you owe against how much your property is worth, we're still seeing rates of 5%. It's some in the late 4s if you'll go, if you'd consider a discounted product, with a building society. So it's not fixed, but there's still late 4s available on the discounted side, and there's still definitely 5% rates available both on 2-year and 5-year fixes. So I know people will panic and see 6%, but that's according to them the average, but that's it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I think like we keep saying, that's why we do these videos, isn't it? Is to try and get the myths out there and kind of actually speak to somebody that actually knows what's going on. And we keep saying that everyone's situations are so different that they do need to speak to somebody and work out what's going on best for them. And I think the other thing we wanted to just pop on and talk about, obviously, there are some changes possibly happening this week, possibly tomorrow. So I'll let you explain what might be going on.
So the Bank of England meets every 6 weeks, the Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, and they are due to meet tomorrow, and they will decide whether interest rates will remain the same. So that's Bank of England rate, not what the mortgage lenders charge you. And they'll decide to increase or decrease. The general consensus from the market is that it will go up again, because inflation figures released this morning show we're still at the 8% mark. So Bank of England feel that by increasing interest rates that it will try and reduce inflation. Their target is 2%. So they're a bit of a way away from it at the moment. So the general consensus is rates will go up tomorrow. We have had a flurry of lenders pulling rates this week and the end of last week and repricing upwards. And that is in anticipation of rates going up tomorrow. Yeah. So majority of lenders have already priced it in for what's going to happen tomorrow.
So I think, and then what we do is, as we're discussing these each week, we'll come back and kind of readdress it next week and kind of confirm then what's been said and look at everything. So I think there's quite a lot there that's going on. I think for me, it's interesting. So we've got the product switches, we've got the Bank of England base rates, and obviously those kind of news headlines in the papers. And do you know what I mean? I think the key is to speak to somebody like Emma or an independent mortgage advisor, because they're going to know what's best, isn't it?
Definitely.
Brilliant. So thank you, and a bit of a longer one, but obviously we didn't do last week, so stay tuned and we'll do another one for next week. Thank you.
Thanks.